So as Kyle mentioned, UC Davis, which is a college out in California, just did a study on private label avocado oils. And so just for a little bit of background there, private label, that means that someone else is making the avocado and then a company is putting their label on it at the grocery store. It could be a grocery store brand, could be another company that's ultimately doing that. So that's the topic of the study there. And what were the kind of the takeaways that you had from after reading this study?
Yeah, so there was actually a very similar study done in 2020, which looked at, I believe it was 22, it wasn't private label, it was just brands in general, 22 avocado oil brands. And that found that about 82% of them were either oxidized or cut with low quality oils. And now here we are 3 years later, and a very similar study is done testing about 36 avocado oils, and nearly 70% of them are either oxidized or cut with low quality oils like soybean, sunflower, safflower oil, all of those oils we talked about in the first episode that we should be avoiding.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
is so sad.
It is. It's really sad. So I think there's this trend too of avocado oil is hot right now.
It is.
Everybody wants to be in it. And what happens when you have a bunch of companies start to get in it is naturally they'll all lower their price in order to become the best. And what's the easiest way to lower price?
Cut it with lower quality oils.
Lower quality ingredients. Exactly. And so that's exactly what this study found. And so I guess maybe even taking a step back, avocado oil, we talked a bit about it in the first podcast, but why are people interested in avocado oil? What's the benefit?
Yeah, a couple different reasons. One is it's really good for high heat cooking. It has a really high smoke point. I think it's like 520 degrees. It has a very neutral taste. So similar to those vegetable oils, which also have a neutral taste, avocado oil also has a neutral taste, so it doesn't interfere with the dish that you're making, which a lot of people like. Those are the two main benefits, but also the health benefits of it. Yeah. It's really high in something called oleic acid, which is an omega-9 fatty acid. We talked about omega-3s, omega-6s, but there's also omega-9.
Got a lot to keep up with.
So omega-3 and 9 are the two good ones, you could say. 6 is really the one you want to minimize as much as possible. But also really good high in antioxidants and polyphenols, similar to olive oil, and certain vitamins as well.
Got it. Yep. So avocado oil is one of those good ones that we talked about. And even for a little bit of additional background here, it sounds like that within the avocado oil industry, sales are expected to double by 2030. So we're only going to see more and more entrants come into this space and try and grab up some of the market share. So it's definitely something that we want to get on top of now and be cautious of when we're buying avocado oil.
Yep, definitely. Yep. So I guess we can briefly talk about the first study that came out in 2020. We can talk about there were 2 brands that out of the 22 brands, there were only 2 that tested as 100% pure avocado oil, while all of these brands are claiming that they're avocado oil, but only 2 of them are actually avocado oil. And those were Chosen Foods and Marianne's, I believe is how you pronounce it. I actually haven't seen Marianne's in stores ever. I personally buy and recommend Chosen Foods. It's readily available in so many stores, so that's just what I go with.
Yeah, they're doing things right, and I think that's what the studies have proven. Both the 2020 one, as mentioned, and recently again in 2023, continuing to stick to their values of 100% pure avocado oil.
Yep, and they test every single batch to ensure nothing's getting in it during the supply chain process. So really good company.
Yep. So then my question, reading this study, is how does that happen? How does a company say that, hey, we have avocado oil, this is what it is, and then you go through a testing process and it turns out it's 90% sunflower oil or something random? How does that happen?
I think there's just no regulation around the avocado oil industry right now. And I think it used to be this way about olive oil. Yeah. And now it's the avocado oil.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Something needs to happen.
Yep. It's where the trend is going, it seems. And reading more about it, it seems like the Chosen Foods team is actually working with regulators to come up with standards.
Good.
To help put some sort of structure around what is avocado oil. At the core, I think once you can answer those questions of what is avocado oil, what percent avocado oil does it need to be in order to be called avocado oil, then you better market the oil itself and better understand it. Feel more comfortable buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's good that people, are waking up to they're realizing that these vegetable oils that we've been told are healthy aren't so good for us.
Yep.
And it's good that they're reaching for the avocado oil, but it's such a shame that these people are trying to be healthy by going for avocado oil, but it's almost backfiring on them.
Yeah, honestly, that was one of my biggest takeaways after reading this is how scary it is that companies can do this, label their foods as something that it's not. And the immediate next question is, who else is doing this? What other food categories do I think I'm buying healthy and actually it's mixed with bad ingredients?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that list is, but now we got to do some more research.
Yeah.
It's eye-opening study.
Yeah, we'll look into top faked foods, I guess.
Yeah. What else is mislabeled?
Yeah. But also from the original study in 2020, I believe it was 3 or 4 of the brands they tested that claimed to be avocado oil were actually, in fact, 100% soybean oil. So yes, some companies are cutting it with low quality oils, but there's also some companies that are just like, nah, let's just put soybean oil in there and just call it a day, slap an avocado oil label on there and we're good to go. And I mean, they're making so much money, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's
a
sad.
lot cheaper. One other thing in the study that came out, it seemed like the lower priced avocado oils tended to have a mixture of different oils, but it also said that just because something was higher priced didn't mean it was 100% pure avocado oil. So it's confusing. There wasn't any sort of green light as far as what to look for.
So a little bit of a red flag if it's really cheap, but just because it's expensive, it doesn't mean it's pure. Basically.
Exactly right.